Line remains this way. His rangy diagonal. Byrne had stayed forward, and Bernardo Silva gave him a little nibble. You wouldn't put them in the same ring together, but Bernardo Silva put the big boy on the ground here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a foul. He's not even kind of turned around to look at the ball. He's just got eyes on Byrne, and he barges him.
And not that I'm suggesting that was worthy of a yellow card, but it is worth noting that he had only just had his name taken. So he needs to be a little wary now, Bernardo Silva. Tonali, Trippier, Hall. Two rights and a left.
Well, is the option a shot at goal or just a dink across the 6-yard box?
So Tonali or Lewis Hall. Hall whipped it in and rippled the netting from the outside.
Yeah, out of the three that were initially over the ball, I thought it might have been one of the right footers, but instead they've left it to the left footer, and it never really threatened. I mean, Donnaruma's obviously got to cover his post, but it was never bending enough.
Willock couldn't keep it. O'Reilly twists away with it. Thiaw gives it away. Nunez plays it early, and here is Omar Marmoush, who ran from an onside position. Marmoush. Semenyo didn't get a shot away. Marmoush still might. It's Omar Marmoush, and it's neither one thing nor the other.
Well, I'm not sure whether it's just a bad touch or whether he was trying to take it away from his opponent, Semenyo, but once this is fed back to him, he should be getting a shot away. There's no doubt he had enough room, time, and Marmoush on the follow-up. Again, no real menace.
Hatzidakis is the referee's assistant on the far side, who was dealing with those tight line decisions. By Trippier, nicked on by Gordon, pursued by Voltemada. Moved on by Ramsey for Hall. There is labouring to keep it alive, he can't.
Yeah, I think Eddie Howe or one of his staff would have had a word with Voltemada at half-time to say, come on, you know, you need to use your size, your physique, to be more aggressive.
Semenyo's taken turn, and Semenyo's charge, and Semenyo's shot, which is still rising.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Marmoush, looking up at the heavens, because he felt he could have been played in just to his left. But once he just goes away from Ramsey here, now you're thinking, go on, hit it. And he did, but he wasn't expecting that.
Reminiscent of that run at Anfield on the opening night in the colours of Bournemouth, when he dragged them right through the heart.
Yeah, he dragged Bournemouth back into the game, 2-2, yeah.
and Byrne at very close quarters again. Dan Byrne is penalised. There are 40,000 people in here, very well aware that he's also on a yellow card.
Yeah, I think that guy he's wrestling with was very much aware of it as well. I mean, he does push him a little bit with his left hand and then tries to take it away again.
Holland has lost his slipper. Oh, he had his way, he's lost his shirt as well. There's movement on the Manchester City bench. That is Ryan Cherky waiting for his moment.
I'm pretty sure he said, you know, Pep Guardiola, after the Fulham 3-0 success here, that the reason that they're flopping in the second half is because of fatigue, which is, I wasn't expecting to hear that. I wondered whether Newcastle might suffer from it, but not so far, it looks like, Peter, in the second half.
Kusanov, that's a beautifully weighted ball for Semenyo, who is held up by Byrne. Gehi. Willock got a toe on it. He also got a toe on Rodri. And here is the City change. Marmouche is the player required to withdraw. So no addition to his 5 personal goals against these opponents. Here comes the mercurial Frenchman, Ryan Cherky. There is imminent Newcastle change as well. Harvey Barnes, we mentioned, was the well, certainly one of the standout superstars of Newcastle's win at St James's Park against City in November. Joe Linton is joining too. There's Nunez, there's Haaland. There for the first time is Cherky. Rodri. Gehi. Bernardo Silva, Semenyo. It's an error from Bernardo Silva. Willock. Ramsey. Okay, he snatched it back.
Yeah, it's sloppier from Manchester City. We weren't seeing this as much in the first half. And look at Rodri. Rodri's having a right moan.
And it does play in, Jim, to this narrative that you've been mentioning all evening around Manchester City in the second half. They're seemingly not quite the same. Here are Newcastle trying to change the dynamic of the game. Nick Voltemada is first to take his leave. Joe Linton is on in his stead. And it is Joe Willock who surrenders his place in the 11 to Harvey Barnes.
Eddie Howe fancies his chances.
There's half an hour to play. Newcastle United have taken precisely 2 points from an available 60 in this stadium in the Premier League. A 1-1 draw here for Graham Souness in February 2005, and a goalless draw for Alan Pardew in November 2006. Clean sheets on that occasion for Nicky Weaver and Steve Harper in the respective goals. Linton, what a lovely first contribution from him.
Yeah, and the alteration basically has Ramsey, who was wide left, he's now just right of centre. Joe Linton is left of centre, Barnes obviously on the left flank, Alanga remains on the right.
Newcastle support, which is phenomenal. It is so often said that we tend almost to take it for granted, but they were there in Karabakh. Quite how they managed it is beyond me, but there you are.